Happy Monday, folks, and welcome back to MBE Box Office, where we discuss and break down the top 10 best performing movies in the United Kingdom's box office. And Stephen, this is for the weekend of August 9th to 11th, 2019. What have we got at number one this week, Stephen?
Number one this week, John, is The Lion King in its fourth week now. It's grossed another 4.4 million over the weekend, 61.4 million overall.
Yes, Stephen, an absolutely staggering performance for The Lion King remake. Obviously, in the spite of the critics absolutely destroying this movie, saying it was a hollow, soulless experience. There was no need for it. What are they doing, Disney? Is this the live action remakes finally hitting a brick wall? Well, no, it's not, because it's now sitting at just over $1.4 billion worldwide. An extraordinary performance. I think it's just about confirmed a sequel for this movie, Stephen.
Yeah.
And it deserves it. I hope we get to see the likes of Donald Glover, Beyonce back once again, because they were tremendous.
This is the fifth one this year from Disney, John. It's hit the $1 billion club. Still got Frozen 2 and, of course, The Rise of Skywalker coming in there as well. So it could be 7 out of 7.
How funny would it be if The Rise of Skywalker let the gang down, Stephen? Not funny for me. I'm a Star Wars fan.
I hope it's a good film, John. But listen, we'll move on to number 2 this week.
The final kick in the you-know-what? Kathleen Kennedy.
Listen, we'll move on. We can talk about that on Friday, but in its second week now at number 2, John, it's The Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. It's grossed 2.9 million over the weekend and overall £14 million.
Yes, Stephen, 54.2 I believe it was % drop. I've clicked onto the worldwide, 4.4% drop in its second weekend. Not too bad though. It's grossed just shy of 14 million, as you did say, in the United Kingdom after 2 weeks for a spin-off to a much more known and successful franchise. That's absolutely fine. At the budget of $200 million, it's now sitting at $437 million worldwide. Tyrese Gibson came out of his rock to have a go at Dwayne Johnson once again, essentially saying they're goading at him for the movie's poor performance. I think that's a pretty decent performance in the whole. Yeah. It's probably just about scraped even, and it'll go on to make a small little sliver of a profit, I've no doubt in my mind. I enjoyed the movie, Stephen. Thought it was okay for what it was, completely over the top. But your man Statham and Dwayne Johnson just made for the screen. These two guys came off each other.
The purpose of the film, John, was to open the doors for spin-off movies for that franchise, and they've done that, so I don't think they were expecting too much from it. But we'll move on to number 3 this week. It's Toy Story 4, and it's in its 8th week now. It's grossed another £1.6 million over the weekend and 61.3 million overall. Absolutely extraordinary again, Stephen, for Disney. This time it's Disney Pixar, but nearly the exact same performance as The Lion King. Also, this one's been out quite a bit longer, I believe, double the time. Which again just shows you how good The Lion King's performing. But look, worldwide, this is over $1 billion again, as you did say, Stephen. 5 out of 5 for Disney this year already. It probably will be 7. I enjoyed the movie. I felt the story was not quite on the same scale as Toy Story 3 in the previous movies. For me, it just didn't quite hit. No. But as I've said time and again over its run in the box office, when you get these great characters together, these great voice actors with such iconic dulcet tones together, magic tends to happen on some level, and I felt it did again here, even though it didn't quite connect with me as well as the previous ones. It's doing splendidly. Well, Toy Story 3 wrapped up Andy's story. I think it's fair to say Toy Story 4 wrapped up Woody's story, so I don't think Disney will be tempted, if I'm being honest, John, to do a Toy Story 5. I don't think they will. I shouldn't have thought so, no. I don't think there's anything else to tell there, but we'll move on to number 4 this week in its first week, John. It's Blinded by the Light, and it's grossed £1 million overall. Yes, Steve, this is the one about the young chap, I believe, growing up, was it Birmingham, you says, or something like that? It was Thatcher's Britain. Yeah, 1980s, and essentially he's guided through these early formative stages of his life by the music of Bruce Springsteen. We have already got a review in for this one, Stephen. We're not going to dive into it in great depth because, frankly, I've not seen it yet. No. But if it's got musical elements in the movie, and I don't actually know much about it, but if there is, it's just a comedy drama music. But I'll probably give this a watch because it's intriguing me. I like the boss, aka Bruce Springsteen. His music's pretty damn good. It's not got any real performance out with the United Kingdom so far, just released in the States, and it's only grossed $4.45 million. So look, I'll be intrigued to see how that gets on. Warner Brothers don't tend to release that many shite movies unless it's DC orientated. Fair enough. Number 5 this week, John. It's Spider-Man Far From Home in its 6th week now. It's grossed another £700,000 over the weekend and 35.9 million overall.
Yeah, just 35 million. What's going on at Disney? Absolute calamitous. Well, it's not Disney, it's Columbia, Sony, so there you go. That's why. Stephen, it's only dropped a further 16.8% over its 6th weekend. It's down just 51 theatres. People are still going to watch this movie in sizable numbers. This is once again, as you did hint at, I don't know if this is counting within the Disney releases, but $1.1 billion worldwide. It's hit that magical number that people were speculating it would have to hit to obviously continue on with the relationship with Marvel Disney and the Spider-Man character. $160 million budget, gargantuan success, and I think this will see the Tom Holland iteration of Peter Parker continuing in the film, under the film control of Kevin Feige going forward, because it was a really good movie. We spoke about it twice on the World Rundown last week, so I think we've done that one to the death. I think
we've exhausted it, John, but we'll move on to number 6 this week. It's the Angry Birds movie 2 in its 2nd week. It's grossed £700,000 over the weekend, 2.3 million overall.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It's up theatres, Stephen, 22. It's only dropped 2.9% in its 2nd weekend. That's pretty decent for a run-of-the-mill animated movie. $65 million budget. It's actually not doing that great overall, I have to say. It's only had a release in the States as well, $16.2 million. That, aligned with the performance here, it's probably just shy of $20 million. It's way under the budget, Stephen. I can't recall who, it was Sony Columbia who produced it. They'll just use the skim off the surface of the Spider-Man Far From Home performance, and then they'll just go on and they'll not give a damn. Really.
Yeah, I thought the first movie was okay, John, but at the time I didn't think it warranted a sequel, but
I've never seen either.
The studio did, so that's doing okay, I suppose, for a sequel to...
it's akin to a sequel to the Emoji Movie, really.
Yeah, that's a good example, John.
Within a niche.
Yeah, definitely. Here's another niche within a niche within another niche. It's a Playmobil, or Mobile, the movie, in its 1st week. I don't know how to say that, John, but it's £400,000 overall. Poor man's Lego.
That is poor man's Lego, yeah, you're right, Stephen. I don't know how to say it either. I'd probably say Playmobil.
I did think it was that, but I'm not sure.
I didn't even know the movie existed, Stephen. I can't lie, and you're absolutely right. The first vibes I got was they are trying to jump on the success of the Lego franchise as a whole, also Ninjago.
I think there's Batman. I think there's some link between Lego and Playmobil, whatever they're called.
Well, they'll not want to admit it, Stephen, because the movie is not getting good ratings on IMDb, and in terms of performance, again, just shy of $2 million in the States, £300,000 over here. It's flippity floppiting, Stephen, and look, no wonder, because it looks god awful. But look, Adam Lambert's in there, the 21st century's version of Freddie Mercury, because he obviously fronts Queen now, the bastardised version of Queen that is.
Right, okay.
I can't name anybody else in the movie, and Gabriel Bateman, I know him, I think. But apart from that, no.
No, it was always a section of the toy shop I always avoided, but we'll move on to number 8 this week, John. It's in its 7th week now, it's yesterday, and it's grossed enough £400,000 over the weekend, 13.4 million overall. It's
just 0.3% of a drop in its 7th weekend, Stephen. That's pretty decent, I have to say. The Danny Boyle movie also, £13.4 million. Okay as well. I can't get the bloody box office mojo page to open up to get worldwide figures. There you go, $128.5 million worldwide, $26 million budget, massive profit, and I think Danny Boyle's been vindicated for ditching the Bond 25 disaster, I'm going to call it. Yep. Well, it was at the time. Now that we've got Rami Malek in and whatnot, I think it will do okay. But he's been vindicated because this is a great little independent story he came up with around the Beatles, and it's doing smashingly, so hats off to him.
Next film, John, isn't a Bond disaster. It's Casino Royale. It's in its 10th week. It's obviously re-released in the Secret Cinema Society, and it's grossed another £400,000. Can we see this section of the show? Can we just copy and paste this? Because I say this every week, and it's the same amount of money every week that it grosses. Apart from obviously the overall grossing, which is £5.1 million.
Well, you say that, Stephen, it's dropped 1% on last week's performance, so it's dropped slightly. But as you did say, one theatre, £350,000 is just ridiculous. I don't know how many showings they're doing here, but also they have people to pay, as I said previously on this. I mean, we've been speaking about this for nearly 3 months now, Stephen.
Yeah.
They have employees, they get paid actors in, or trained actors, I presume.
Yeah.
or maybe even Ian Beale style actors in. If you're from Britain and you watch EastEnders, you'll get that joke. And they obviously envelop the audience into the world, they immerse them into the world, in this case of Casino Royale. So they've got people to pay, and by God will they be paying them, Stephen, because £5 million is ridiculous. And if that adds on to the final cumulative sum for Bond or Casino Royale in the United Kingdom, I think that will push that up again in the all-time ranking. That's well within the top 15 anyway, I think. Yeah. So it's doing well, hats off to it. I like the movie. And
we'll just round up the show, John, with number 10 this week. It's Bring the Soul, the movie, and its second week. Don't remember talking about this last week, but
it wasn't in the top 10.
No,
which was a small mercy.
Yeah, £200,000 over the weekend, and overall £600,000.
Yeah, Steve, I thought they took a break. I heard it on the radio that they were taking a extended hiatus. I was hoping it would be like One Direction, just disappear off the face of the earth.
But I've never heard of them, John.
They are a K-pop Korean band, Stephen. I think they're 7 or 8 piece band.
Okay.
They're not for yourself or me. I mean, I'm including myself in that. I'm not the demographic at all. This is for young girls. You know,
say 7 band members, but they all have 7 microphones, is it?
Yeah, there's definitely 7 band members. I just plucked that out of thin air, but I've looked at the poster and there's definitely 7 of them. So yeah, not a fan of them, Stephen. No intentions of going to watch this pile of shit. It's a documentary. Yeah, hats off to them if they've made money. But I'm not going to add to the sum. It's not my cup of tea.
No.
I am, as you can see, a Beatles man, 60s man, and just everything else other than K-pop. But look, Stephen, that's going to round up this week's MBE box office. What did you guys make of various different movies within the top 10? Are you absolutely staggered to see The Lion King once again resuming number 1? I know we're not, because the thumbnail's not changed in about 5 weeks, apart from last week when Hobbs and Shaw was in. What did you make of the various other movies? Is it Playmobil? Maybe you can tell us below. Are you a Burn the Stage or whatever the hell they're called fan? I don't think it's Burn the Stage. But maybe you can tell me their name below in the comments section. If you've got anything to say, comment below. Like the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. And me and Stephen will both be back tomorrow with MBE